right. Good morning. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the daily ecom planning session. And my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them get organized, get focused, get consistent in their business. And if that's you, I'm here for you. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. You'll be given that information here shortly. But today's topic is how to become a full-time eBay seller. So if you've been wondering what it takes to be able to become a full-time eBay seller, let's talk about it. So before we get into that, I do want to invite you to download the daily, the weekly, and the monthly ecom planning checklist. You can go directly to the eCommerce planning Facebook group. Once you go to the Facebook group, it's an open Facebook group. You can click on the menu options, choose files in the menu options, and then you can download the daily, the weekly, monthly planning checklist. So we are live on Clubhouse. We're also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. In the future, we're just going to be live on the e-commerce planning Facebook group and also eCom Sellers Academy and my page. So if you want to check out the daily ecom planning session, mark the time, 7 a.m., and go to those pages so that you can check out the daily ecom planning checklist. So with that, go download it and let's get into what it's going to take to become a full-time eBay seller. So the first thing about becoming a full-time eBay seller is you do need to understand the platform. I think that's going to be the rule for any platform, really. What are the guidelines? What are the rules, the policies, any reports that you have access to, your performance matrix, listings? What are the things that the listings need? And just understanding the platform in order for you to be successful as a full-time seller. The next thing is that you really do need to know and learn your numbers. The great thing about eBay is you can sell a variety of different products on that platform. So what are the minimum sales price that you can sell an item for? What's going to be your average sales price? Like, what are you going to acquire it for? What profit is required per item and per day? How many items do you have to sell? So an example might be like, okay, I have to acquire my items no more than $10 each or no more than $8 each. And my average sales price needs to be $40 each, or, whatever the number happens to be. You've got to find that sweet spot so you know what to plan for, so that way it can become full-time income for you. And then your sales stats, your income and cash flow requirements. How much money do you need to make to keep the lights on and keep water coming out of the faucet? What is the cash flow situation, so that way you don't run into challenges. So when we look at items that you list, like for some, it might be, I got to list 20 items per day. Some might be 30, some might be more than that, depending on what it is that you sell. And also, how many items do you sell per day? So the number of items that you list and the number of items that sell, they need to be pretty close to each other in order for you to get that in and out going with your business. So that way, if you're listing 30 items a day, but you're only selling 10, when you get closer to 15 and 20 and 25, then you're going to be at a place where you've got consistent sales going, and you need to be consistent in your listing in order to keep that and maintain it. So that's extremely important. The next is you have to understand you're going to reinvest into your business. So when you get sales, you're going to have to reinvest that. So you need to know, again, going back to your numbers, if you need it to keep the lights on and keep water coming out of the faucet, you need to know what your cash flow situation is going to be as far as investing. How much of your profits are you going to reinvest? Is it going to be that you reinvest 80% of your profits and you live off of 20? What is the number going to be for you? So you're going to have to learn those numbers. Next, you're going to have to find reliable sources of inventory. Where are you going to get your inventory to list on eBay? There's garage sales, you do liquidations, you can do getting stuff from Facebook Marketplace. There's all kinds of places in which you can acquire inventory. You can always do retail arbitrage, wholesale suppliers. Like, you can figure out where you're going to get them, thrift shops, where you're going to get your inventory, and reliable sources of inventory where you have a better chance of getting the profit margins that you want and need to make this a full-time gig for you. The thing, you also have a time commitment if you're going to be an eBay seller. There's going to be a time commitment on any of the platforms, but you need to be prepared for whatever that time obligation is, which is what I did not list on here, but there is a time commitment. Then you need to determine your most profitable, most consistent niche. So an example of that might be, and I put emphasize instead of efficient. So sorry, it's the most efficient niche. What is going to be the most efficient niche for you? Um, so for some people, they stay in the area of clothing and they focus on women's clothing and kids' clothing and maybe some shoes and from time to time men's clothing. Other people, they just do like a niche of auto parts. Others might do. So you have to, decide where you're going to be and what's the niche that's going to work best for you, where you can get a constant stream of inventory to be able to list and sell. Okay. And it's going to be profitable wherever you're sourcing it from. You need to establish your administrative and operational routines for sure. So, some might be using listing templates. If it's something that you frequently sell, you might have a template that's a baseline. It makes it easier for you. So if you're selling a brand over and over again, that makes it easy. Photos, what's going to be your process around photos? For some items, are you going to do sell now so you can get that listing up faster? So, and building a schedule is extremely important in order for you to get to where you want this to be your full-time gig. There's going to be some things that you may or may not outsource, things that you might find opportunities to streamline, and you need to become efficient at things. Again, you have to commit to the time in which you're going to be working in your business and commit to the times in which you're going to be sourcing and where you're going to be sourcing from. So look for opportunities to outsource. So for some people, they use different software to help create the listings. Other people, they create the listings themselves. They might use a VA to do some research or to acquire some of the inventory so they don't have to run out and get it themselves. Like there may be some opportunities in different areas. So you need to figure out what it is you think you can streamline, what things you can make it more efficient, and maybe what things you want to outsource to a human or to a process or to software. And last but not least, you need to be organized, as I said before, build a schedule. And you need to stay consistent. Stay consistent on the things that you're going to on your daily listings, and stay consistent on your sourcing as well in order to keep that cash flow in and out going the way that you need it to go in order for this to be a full-time gig for you. So I hope this information is helpful. If you didn't check out how to become a full-time Amazon seller, you can go back and listen to that series. In addition to that, we have just how to be a full-time seller in general. These are all things that maybe that's what you want to do for 2023. And we do have a 90-day listing challenge coming up for those people who really want to get on the ball when it comes to being more consistent in their business and making this a full-time gig for them. So you can definitely sign up for that at swiy.co/90 days of consistency. Again, swiy.co/90 days of consistency. So if you're a person that wants to be more consistent in your business, go sign up for that. And you can join us in the 90-day challenge to get listings up more consistently and see what that does to your business. So with that, hope you'll tune in for the next one in the series. We're covering some of the main platforms and what it's going to take to be a full-time seller on some of these platforms, if this is what you want to do for 2023. So with that, we do invite you to turn up the dial on your business and get laser focused by grabbing the eCom Planner. It is the ultimate e-commerce planner. It was created for sellers by sellers, and you can grab that at myecomplanner.com. Again, myecomplanner.com to get the ultimate e-commerce planner. And you can also schedule a free 20-minute coaching session by going to ecomsellers.com, clicking on free resources, and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session. So go to ecomsellers.com. I've been working with a lot of people putting together their game plans for 2023. I'd love to help you. You can go to ecomsellers.com and click on free resources. And if you need some help or some support on your journey, you can join eCom Sellers Academy. It's terribly affordable. You can go to ecomsellersacademy.com to join right now and become an Academy member so you can get some support on your journey. You get 10 free arbitrage leads list every week, 10 free wholesale supplier list every week. You also get a live weekly training and also a live Q&A. In addition to that, you gain access to a membership site of over 200 training videos. So now we're going to get ready to go through the checklist. If you didn't download it yet, I encourage you to go download it. And then after that, we can do an accountability check-in. Let's chat about your business. Let's talk about where you are. Let's have a conversation. You can go join the conversation on Clubhouse by going to the eCom Sellers Club, and let's talk about your business. So with that, we're going to go through the checklist, and then we can chat about your business. So the daily econ planning checklist, there's 3 things that we recommend that you do. There's some things that we recommend that you do the morning of, or sorry, the night before. Some things we recommend you do the morning of, and some suggested things around advanced planning. Those things that are going to disrupt your routine and throw you off your game. So the first thing is what you do the night before. One is we do recommend that you assess your day, review your day based on the schedule and the checklist that you pulled together. How much progress did you make? What did you get done? What did you not get done? What do you need to move to tomorrow or to next week or to next month? So that way you know where you stand on what you potentially need to do tomorrow. Number 2 is to update your daily tracking stats. They're located inside the eCom Planner, or if you don't have it, you can grab a notebook. But go and update your stats around listings and order fulfillment and sales and profit margins and mileage and whatever else, depending on your e-commerce method. Then review your online calendars. If you have a job, review that one, your online calendar. Review your personal and your business online calendars for tomorrow, so you're ready to rock and roll. So go review those online calendars. And then before you go to bed, build a schedule for tomorrow. For those of you that are challenged with just knowing where you spent your time or where you potentially wasted your time all day, building a more detailed schedule that accounts for where you're investing your time for the day will help you to be more consistent. If you are a person that's really good, you have some established routines and you don't need that level of detail, then I would encourage you just to write down your top 5 for the day for tomorrow. Write down your top 10. If you have established routines that you follow pretty religiously, then you don't need that level of detail. So if you need to document, write out your schedule. You can do time blocks, you can create a checklist, whatever works best for you, so that way you can account for your time and where you're spending or wasting it. Make sure you include all the personal stuff. It's not just about your business, it's about how you're spending the 24 hours that God has given you and where is it going. So sleep time, hopefully you're getting anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Outside of that, what are you doing with the rest of the time that you're awake, and how are you divvying that up, so that way you can invest time in the things that are going to make a difference in your life and also your business. Then tomorrow, that's right now, this morning, what we're doing is, number 1, we're going to review yesterday's checklist just to make sure we didn't miss anything, make sure we didn't overlook any patterns that we're actually seeing in the things that we're doing or not doing in our life and our business. And we're going to update yesterday's either checklist or calendar or just notes, so that way we can use that information to help us build a better schedule in the future. Number 2, we're going to go through and we're going to review our weekly priorities and our weekly habits. It is Thursday. And so because it is Thursday, I think it's Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday was Bible study. So Thursday, the question becomes, what do you have on your agenda for this week? Because this is the last full week in January. So if you had some goals for the month of January, which is the next thing, then you need to figure out what you're going to do today to help you to achieve or meet those goals, because that's extremely important. So look at your priorities for the week, look at your goals for the month, and see where you stand. And based on those 2 things, maybe you need to make some adjustments in your schedule for today. So go back and revisit your schedule, make adjustments where it makes sense, where it's necessary. Remember what it is that you said is the main thing. If nothing else goes right today, I need to get this one thing done. And then go through the process of getting ready to either rewrite it or read your schedule out loud if you don't need to make any adjustments. If you need to make adjustments, and then read it and then speak it out loud so that you're ready to rock and roll for the day. That's going to hopefully engage your subconscious mind so that you know what your focus and energy needs to be on for the day. And when you find yourself getting derailed throughout the day, hopefully it'll bring you back to center, bring you back to where you need to invest your time and energy. And then last within that for today, you're going to write out a draft of your schedule for tomorrow, so that way tomorrow's schedule will help you, think about rounding out the rest of this week for sure. Last but not least, I encourage you to think about some advanced planning, the things that are going to be disruptions to your routine and your schedule. So make a note of anything that might be coming up, whether it is a couple of hours disruption in your routine and schedule, or whether it's a couple of days disruption in your routine and schedule. And make adjustments in your regular routine that you're working to establish so that you can account for those minor disruptions. So don't let them completely derail you, because that's what normally happens at the beginning of the year. People start out strong and then they fall off the wagon. So make sure you stay on the wagon and stay on track by putting together a game plan to address those disruptions that are going to impact your ability to maintain momentum or to sustain momentum. So with that, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. We're still live on Clubhouse if you want to continue the conversation. As I said before, we have a 90 days of consistency coming up. So if you're a person that's challenged with just being consistent in your business, you can sign up at swiy.co/90 days of consistency. Again, swiy.co/90 days of consistency. Join us so that we can help you to get to those numbers if eBay is going to be your jam. And with that, my name is Nicole Whitlock. This is the daily ecom planning session. My passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to get focused, get organized, get consistent in their business. If that's you, I'm always here for you. You can always schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. Let's put together a game plan for 2023 before we get out of January, because January is almost over. And with that, I hope you have an amazingly blessed, extremely focused, and highly profitable day. If you want to continue the conversation, let's go over to Clubhouse. We'll say goodbye for now.